It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And on one of the epic nights in the NBA, welcome one and all to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside former All-Star Shaquille O'Neal and a guy who has watched the All-Star Game a lot, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your name. You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, we'll be watching the West All-Stars playing against the East All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who've either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender. On the wing, Andre Iguodala. MVP of the NBA Finals, but defense was one of the reasons. And Paul George, coming back from injury. This guy was a premium defender before the injury.
Well, since you talk about the little guys, I'm going to talk about the big guys. D12, Dwight Howard, shot blocker. Most of his career still doing that pretty well. Serge Ibaka, the surge protector.
I like that.
Joakim Noah. Roy Hibbert does a great job of the verticality thing, jumping up in the rim, not really getting called a lot of fouls on him. So, well, that's my pick for the big guys when it comes to defense.
Say no more.
Excuse me, is it me or is Anthony Davis retired? Come on, how can he not be on that list?
No, what we're talking about, well, he's a great defender.
He's an okay defender.
However, he's a great defender, but I think,
Stop it, Ernie.
Because he's such an all-around player, we kind of take some of it.
Stop it, Ernie.
Come on,
We're taking some of it for granted.
Got to be on that list. He's got to be on that list.
Ernie's on the list. Okay, he's on the list, Ernie.
Thank you very much.
But he's not defense first. He's offense first. The guys that I name are defense first, then offense.
Thanks for joining us. Nobody's listening to that anymore. Thank you for putting Anthony Davis on the list.
On the list.
We'll see you later.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. It's the East All-Stars facing the West All-Stars.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And the West All-Stars have possession. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the East All-Stars, they've got Paul George. LeBron James is out there with Anthony. Then there's Lowry. And it's Wade in at the 2. The West All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the evening. That free throw good from Durant. Durant nails both of them.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
LeBron against Durant. Kobe with the steal. Right side Curry. Outside Durant. Pass to Bryant. Wade against Leonard. Outside Curry. To the middle. Here's Westbrook. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Westbrook's got his first bucket of the night.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Good on the triple.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Kicks it to Kobe. Back to Curry. Lets it go with a 3. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Lowry. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Earlier, I was able to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. Coach and I talked, and he definitely wasn't concerned with the game's outcome. He said the only things I'm worried about in this game are making sure everyone gets enough time on the floor and nobody gets hurt. We'll keep our fingers crossed, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Curry. Dishes it to Bryant. Back to Curry. On the wing, Kobe. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by George. Ball's knocked loose. Lowry with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's LeBron, and they double up James. Outside Lowry. 5 to shoot. James kicks to Lowry. Rejected by Westbrook, and they get it back. On defense, the East All-Stars wants to get it to Bryant and does. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's James. Here's Wade. And it's Durant with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And stolen by LeBron. Here's Lowry ahead. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. Here's Curry. Outside Bryant. The feed to Leonard. Outside Durant. In the corner, it's Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kobe. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Bryant's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And James throws it down.
That's what I like. A nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Anthony dishes to Lowry. James kicks to George. And Durant sends it back. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. So the West ends up going with the new group. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Thomas, here we go. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Aldridge. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. 5 to shoot. Aldridge a string. Cousins, no good. Now Thomas. A floater. Green with the block. Pass to Cousins. Paul outside. This one for 3. No good. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. DeRozan in the corner. Jacks up a 3, and that one's good. DeRozan's got his first 3 points of the game.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Green. No good, unable to end this run.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Drummond a screen. Thomas goes in. Off the screen. And he overshot that one, missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Here's Thomas, following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Butler. Dishes to Thomas. Good work defensively by Paul.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Now, here's Aldridge. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Green. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The East All-Stars up on top. They lead by 7. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. The second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take so far and what the East All-Stars are doing?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court for the East All-Stars here in the second, Paul George is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Wall in at the 1 spot. And the shot is good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
He feeds it to Wade. And Davis sends it back. The pass to Westbrook. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
LeBron's checked in for the East. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the East All-Stars.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Millsap a screen on Harden. Here's Wade. He kicks to Millsap. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Harden the pass to Durant. A baseline J connects. The jumper drops. All with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And George, here we go. Leonard with the steal. Inside, here's Westbrook. Can't connect from short range. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. All with it, picked up by Davis. George against Leonard. And it's George missing. And the West All-Stars have possession. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points, and that one's good. Now the East All-Stars with it. They've led by as much as 10, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Kobe comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Stephen Curry in for Russell Westbrook. And the East All-Stars also making a switch. Anthony's checked in. Reverses, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The East making a switch. Lowry's checked in. And here is Curry. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Bryant dishes to Durant. And that one's good.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
James. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
He dishes it to Durant. Feeds it to Harden. Passes it to Curry. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Harden against Wall. And Davis sends it back. They retain possession. Here's LeBron. Great D that time from Durant. And the West All-Stars have possession. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Davis drives in. No good. James with some nice D. Now running. Here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. The shot by Anthony, no good. Harden kicks to Davis, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Durant. Draymond Green comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Klay Thompson in for James Harden. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. The dish to Green. To the paint. Here's Cousins. The West All-Stars have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And he makes the first. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. Aldridge comes in for Bryant. And Paul subbed in for Curry. And the East All-Stars also making a switch. Thomas checked in for Kyle Lowry. Just 1 point separating the teams. Pass to Bosh. There's a good screen. 1:58 left to play in the first half. That three off the mark. And here's the West with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Paul kicks to Cousins. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jimmy Butler. The West All-Stars shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Andre Drummond's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. 1:42 left in the first half. Outside Bosh. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here's Paul. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Thomas against Paul. Butler passes to Bosh. Bosh double teamed. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosh touched it last.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's West now. They're on an 18-6 run. Out to the right wing. And they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Thomas dishes to Bosh. Kicks it to Butler. To the middle. From downtown. And that one's good. Butler's got his 3rd basket of the night. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
The 10-footer. And it's good. 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. East All-Stars lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. We've got a pretty even game underway at Air Canada Centre. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And even though the defensive pressure and attention was squarely on him in that first half, yet he's still able to be the most effective player on the floor.
But for him, Greg, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less, and I bet he has even more in store for us during the stretch run.
We've got Durant. Kobe is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Curry in at the 1. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. Anthony's got the game tied up here for the East All-Stars. Anthony's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. James against Durant. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Dishes it to Leonard. The kick out to Westbrook. The feed now to Durant. 4 on the shot clock. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. George passes to LeBron. George against Bryant. Fades away. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Inside, here's Durant. Takes it off the glass. Durant's got 8 points.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Timeout called, East All-Stars.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Lowry dishes to Carmelo. Wade has the open look. Will not go. This is off the front iron. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Inside, Paul George with the steal. Outside Anthony. No luck. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Outside Leonard. To the inside. And stolen by LeBron. And they're on the break. That's good from Lowry on the assist by Wade.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Taken away by Anthony. And George kicks to Anthony. Lets it go from deep. And it's Anthony again missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. Pass to George. Lowry kicks to Wade. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Outside, Kobe. Inside, here's Durant. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Lowry with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. The turnaround. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill. Didn't give him a chance.
Excellent D there from George.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lowry kicks to Wade. Lets it go from 14. Another miss by Wade.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Westbrook passes to Durant, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Lowry kicks to Anthony. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
A good night for Carmelo Anthony. 9 points and a steal.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
So both teams making some changes here. And the second free throw, good.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
Harden kicks to Davis. Millsap with the steal. It's stolen by Green. Harden dishes to Davis. Back to Harden. 1:33 left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. It's in there. Davis with the assist. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the West All-Stars.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And Cousins gets it to go.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Harden kicks to Davis. And the wide open shot from Green. The three-pointer, no good. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
It's stolen by Wall. Here's Millsap, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And that one falls for Paul Millsap. And the East All-Stars making a change here. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Paul passes to Davis. They get a hand on it. Millsap with the steal. Here's Butler. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here is Bryant. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, they've got Thomas, Paul Millsap out there with Paul George. Then there's Chris Bosh, and it's Butler in at the 2. Second shot opportunity, and Davis can't get it to go. Davis has gone 1 of 4 so far. Millsap a screen on Thompson. The pass to George from deep, and that one's good. George has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the East All-Stars. And it's the West All-Stars ball. They trail by 3. Here's Curry with the 3. Good!
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
George against Bryant, and George, here we go. Here's Millsap, Goes up again, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And some changes here for the West All-Stars. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Aldridge. Leonard comes in for Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Klay Thompson. The East also changing it up. LeBron's checked in for Bosh. Wade comes in for Butler. And John Wall subbed in for Thomas. George dishes to Millsap. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 8 points for Millsap. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the East All-Stars?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Russell Westbrook.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Wall sets a screen for George. The drive by Wade. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He urged his players to keep fighting, saying, we're right there, but the margin of error has shrunk. We've got to play aggressive and smart. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Leonard on the wing, covered by Anthony. Kobe kicks to Cousins. Here's Curry. And it's the East with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Wade. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Back to Kobe. It's stolen by Anthony. Again, Dwayne Wade. And now an 8-point East All-Star lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Westbrook passes to Curry. Cousins inside. James covering. No good from Cousins. And here are the East All-Stars now. 8-point game. The shot by George, wide open. And the 3 off target. The West All-Stars, they're working against the clock right now. Curry dishes to Kobe. He feeds it to Leonard. To the right side. Right side, Westbrook. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Westbrook.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
And the East All-Stars call time here. They're ahead by 6. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Down low, the drive by Cousins. He kicks it to Bryant. It's stolen by Anthony. Stolen by Westbrook. LeBron against Leonard. Here's Curry with the three. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're in front by 3. 1:29 left to play in the final quarter. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And the East All-Stars also making a switch. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for John Wall. Outside Lowry. Wade a screen on Curry. Lowry drives in. Out to Wade. No good on the triple.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Leonard on the wing. It's stolen by Wade. Lowry against Westbrook. Here's Wade. Offensive rebound.
The defender had the position and the height. Even when you use the fadeaway, it's tough to overcome that.
It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing. Now Lowry. Feeds to Wade. Sinks it.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Westbrook wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. They're trailing by 7. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good!
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Hey, you have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. So the East All-Stars win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
He really sparked them with his defense tonight. He was so active out there, both in the open court and in the half-court situations. If there were any careless passes, he took them and picked them off.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.